Hi there everyone, it's Leah from the Ray Center and Talia from the Waterville Valley Recreation Department, and we are out next to the Ray Community Gardens and the Rec Department looking at...
And this rhododendron right here. It doesn't look awesome, but it looks a lot like rhododendrons all over the valley, and pretty widespread in New England are rhododendrons that look like this, with these brown leaves that are curled and crinkly, and because of the widespread nature, it is unlikely that this is caused. Perhaps you have one of these in your yard. It is unlikely that this is caused by an insect infestation or a fungal thing, or it is much more likely that it is weather related. And we are here in New England and New Hampshire and in the mountains of New Hampshire, and right now it is actually almost Memorial Day, and there is snow in the forecast tonight. But you may recall that last year, there was dryness happening in the fall. Remember, you were hiking and all the leaves were so high and it was dry. So the soil was dry, and then it got cold and the soil froze and there wasn't much moisture in it, and then some snow fell and then it stayed cold. And then a couple times it got warm. And so that's when the thermonasty happens. That's when, when it's cold, the leaves are all wrapped up. But then it warms up a little bit, they open up, and then they open up and they lose moisture and it dries out, and then it gets super windy and pulls all that moisture away and really dries things out. But you may notice this particular specimen, not quite as obvious, but many of them, the lower branches are looking pretty good actually, and that is because they were covered with snow, so they were insulated from that wind, from that dryness. But the higher leaves tend to be more affected. So things that we can do to help is, make sure that the soil's getting moisture, but feed that soil. So the plants that are less affected are those that were in places where the soil tended to have a little bit more moisture and a little bit more protected from the wind, and with good soil health. So if you have a rhododendron in your yard, you can help it by giving it some tasty food.
Thank y'all.